This is why your mixing sucks. You're not using a dynamic EQ.
What is a dynamic EQ?
Glad you asked. A very popular form of the dynamic EQ is the FabFilter Pro Q, which I don't have. But if you are one of the people that have a Slate bundle subscription, I'm going to show you an alternative. This baby here is called the Inf EQ2. What is the Inf EQ going to do? Not considering that it has your mid-side EQs, your left and right, all of that is great, fine, and dandy. The part that we're touching on specifically, no diddy, is the dynamic aspect of it. Dynamics being a thing that your compressor is going to do, right? Control the loudness and the peaks of a sound.
But Joel, we're using a dynamic EQ, not a compressor.
Hold your horses, Timmy. I'm about to explain. A dynamic EQ is all of your favorite things about an EQ, while also being all of your favorite things about a compressor. As you see here, this is my cue on the EQ, and it says dynamics. Do you see this thing here called target? Watch this. What is it doing? I didn't move the cue. I moved this thing right here. This thing right here is doing compression. Anytime a specific frequency gets louder than this right here, about 6 dBs, it is going to compress it back down. As we see there, it is acting, pushing that sound down. Now,
why is this important?
well, I'm glad you asked. Because throughout a song, sometimes we'll have specific sounds that may not be a problem all the time. So I don't want to just change it completely with this EQ and have to automate and do all these fancy schmancy things. What I can do instead is use a dynamic EQ the same way that I would a multi-band compressor, because this is really all it is, multi-band compression. And I could have this control the peaks just when they get a little too freaking crazy. That way it's not kicking in the entire time and taking away the frequency as a whole, but just controlling it when it starts doing a little too much. As we see, it's not acting the same amount every time. It helps keep them in a reasonable way in the specific frequency that you have it set to, only when you need it. So again, instead of trying to go in and EQ all of the vocals separately to try to get them to match each other, you could just use a dynamic EQ, give everything a little bit of consistency, use a dynamic EQ to control those peaks on a vocal, similar to what you would do in a compressor, but again, within a specific frequency range. But again, we want to make sure we get a good recording coming in, because a dynamic EQ is going to be something to solve something that didn't go right in the recording process. So if you record the vocals right, you may not have to worry about this. If not, get a dynamic EQ. Infinity EQ is fun. And hey, maybe you can get those frequencies to relax the same way you got your girlfriend relaxed when you told her to relax.